Alright then. Sorry about that. Sorry you didn't see the continuation of that. I apologize. Stupid ass YouTube or something. I have no idea. But it didn't continue for whatever reason. It randomly stopped and I don't know why. So I'm continuing right where it left off. Thankfully it's not as far back, but it's still BS that it's even that far back. So. Enough with the updates. Alright, so we'll continue.
And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland.
Insanity.
A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up. And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? And now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents. Well, who would believe that we're even talking about it? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
What's up, Simba? How we doing? Alright, I had to do a part 2 because for whatever reason, the first one cut out on me. I don't know why.
Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy, I'm telling you. They're crazy.
You're damn right they are. They're freaking crazy.
Crazy.
Doing good. Yeah. That's awesome.
Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we stopped it just in the nick of time.
That's how you tell them. Don't back down.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that?
Yeah, sorry, I had to do a part 2. I don't know why.
Year, she has had an incredible impact.
I didn't like his powerfulness.
Legislation advancing a landmark executive order on foster care and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none, she gets a lot. Someday you're gonna have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight we welcome 2 young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you work, Cutter. Thank you very much.
Let me know if there's any problems in the chat.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal. This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man. So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand. Thank you, Erica. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind. We love religion, and we love bringing it back. And it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. Really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zarutska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
Rest in peace. God bless.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there. Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen?
I do find them not standing seriously disrespectful to watch. It's just sad. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's insanity, man.
In fact, crime in
Maybe to
Washington
protect the
is now at the
Americans.
lowest level ever recorded,
That was the
and
most
murders in
disrespectful.
D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube liked people spinning that fast.
They don't like
Maybe,
it.
I don't know.
One of the sick
Could have just
people,
been
one
my
of the
head.
brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround
Speech is
was
super
20-year-old
entertaining. I
West
don't
Virginia Army
know.
National Guard
Yeah.
Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily
back,
extended
baby.
her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well, they were so proud.
Save the Pass Act.
But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan.
Unreal.
Shouldn't have been in our country.
Damn straight.
And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick, deranged, shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her that never seen anything like her.
Cookie
So
Peanut
sorry.
was in here,
Thank
by
you
the way,
very much.
Dan. The last one.
A
Last
great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect, she was perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day
Shame.
was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night, and she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone, but his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was the conversation that I had with her that
These
night.
people were crazy. Oh, yeah.
With the son laying helplessly in
I laugh.
bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said.
But they
"Sir,
are.
He will be okay."
They are crazy.
The
They're
doctors
insane.
Didn't
I'll
understand
tell it to their
what she was
face.
saying.
They're fucking nuts.
And after looking at the results of the damage done,
They
neither
can roll
did
their
I.
eyes all they want, but they
She
are
was so
insane.
strong and conclusive
Fucking-
that even
Fucking
Andrew's
lunatics.
great father felt
And they should not
she
be there.
didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melanie? She turned out to be right.
Yeah. Super.
Amazing, actually. I said,
Wow,
"Where does
some of
this
those
woman
Dems
come
actually
from?
stood
She's
up,
the
that's
most
for sure.
positive person I've ever met."
It's always shocking when they do.
With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death. On his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much. So Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Wow. Good job, bro. Hey. That's awesome.
We love you all. Love you.
Love you too.
We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. My first 10 months, I ended 8 wars,
Damn straight.
including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? Some sick people. Cambodia and Thailand, Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people, said the Prime Minister of Pakistan, would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you, Steve. Steve. Yeah, Steve.
And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
Yeah. Rubio. Woohoo!
People like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in conference. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever. Under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible.
Naysayers.
Both living and dead, and those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time, and they came back, and well, we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back, but we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug, and they dug, and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And They finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Thank you. And we're working very hard to end the ninth war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that,
Insane.
25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened.
Damn
As
straight.
president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to
Damn
confront
straight it wouldn't have.
America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
Alright.
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism, death, and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the
Yeah.
father of the roadside bomb. And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protesters. 32,000 protesters in their own country. They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, in particular nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out and they want to start all over again. And are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference. My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Damn straight. Ain't never happened, Mr.
And
Dan.
no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term.
That's right.
We're going to continue to do so. Also, just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong. Because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective. thanks to Republican in Congress who are investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of them. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 4.
All right.
And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily, one meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying, afraid of many of them, very few were paid out. Now 5% then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO.
Is that trash ass Pelosi?
They pay us totally in full.
Looks
Every
like
branch of our
It
armed
is.
forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently.
that was trash ass Pelosi. It looks like it. I think it is.
And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776. You know, they put it in my desk, we got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money we have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money and it was $1,775 and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute, for one more dollar, we can have $1,776. It's not good. I said, we're gonna figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. One more dollar, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776, it was great. And we love our military, we love our law enforcement. We love our firemen, you know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also,
That's right. Well, now they stand up. Very confusing.
we're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. We saw that yesterday. In January.
Yeah. Look at that, some individuals. It's a shot.
In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very impressive. They all watched, they saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. Because we did that. My baby is becoming so important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The sun. Woo! Yes, sir. It's lit as well.
And America's armed forces
Yeah.
overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy with fighters. To end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
Got it for the
And
last
this
one.
was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a great new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he's here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
Yeah, Enrique. Big W's.
Thank you, Enrique. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique.
Oh, yeah.
There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook, carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, two machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory.
Wow.
Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission, probably would have happened. Maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs, of the bullets, and keep on flying and landing. People knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife Amy, Eric, and Amy, come on in.
Big W's. God bless. USA, 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 USA. Yeah.
So we have a surprise, Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Awesome. Baby's crying. God bless. Wow, I'm surprised those scrubs are turned around.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals in a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House. So, Eric will be there. Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Respect, brother. God bless. Respect. Thank you.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it, but if they ever open up that law, I will
No, I
be there
don't.
with you someday.
Quit lying. Get off my
But you know,
channel.
that's our highest honor, Congressional
Not gonna
Medal of
give
Honor, and
respect
that's a
to an
big thing,
asshole.
and it's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both very much, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. 250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson drew his last breath.
No, that's the truth.
Just a
110%.
single long human
You're the one
lifespan
that's spreading
separates the
lies.
giants who declared
You're a fucking
and
moron
won
for
our
thinking
independence
otherwise.
from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together we mastered the world's mightiest industries, shattered history's monstrous tyrannies, and we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel, and then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the
That
entire
doesn't
world.
mean nothing.
All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy,
That
unmatched
does not
glory
mean nothing.
of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside, but that great betrayal is
You should have
over
been
and they
kicked
will
out
never be
for what
forgotten
he
again.
And
Because
believe
when
me, I
the
know
world
more
needs
than you
courage,
do.
daring, vision, and
Don't
inspiration,
even go there.
it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Great speech. Definitely. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
There's been a tremendous renewal in
Soon.
Interesting.
Posting it. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I was trying to see if I could get somebody real quick, but no worries. Alrighty. You're not welcome on this channel, Mr. Cookie Peanut. All you do is create havoc. You're not welcome here. Nobody wants you here. All you do is spread lies, dude. I don't give a shit what you fucking say or whatever. It is not true at all. By any fucking means. You're comparing one fucking person compared to everybody else. And one person does not account for everybody. Sorry to tell you. So, it doesn't work that way, buddy. Regardless of how you see it. You're one fucking person. Nobody cares what you think. Nobody gives a shit. So enough with the lies, enough with the bullshit. We're gonna continue to keep on hiding you. And if you wanna keep wasting your life, which that's what you're doing, pointing it out, you're wasting your time trying to get a message that isn't gonna make a difference. Because nobody agrees. At all. Okay? So, enough. Just give it up. You're gonna continue to keep hiding it, dude. You're not welcome here on this channel. You create havoc. You don't want people that create havoc. Simple as that. And especially if you're spreading misinformation like you are. Which is exactly what you're doing. 110%. And the majority see right through your BS. By far. The 110% do. I mean, bro, I have people that are in the Navy. That are veterans. So, whoop-de-doo. I have specific, I guess you could say, issues with one in particular. Okay, whoop-de-doo. That doesn't mean I don't respect what he did, but I'm not going to respect him because of his actions. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to. And I have the right to not do that, regardless of whatever you think. It doesn't fucking matter. If you want to be a moron and still fucking do it anyway, despite him disrespecting you, well, then that's on you. I personally, I think that's stupid and childish and just BS. Honestly. Because, again, respect goes both ways, regardless of what seniority you are, or whatever you're in. It goes both ways. I don't care how fucking high up you are on the fucking pedestal. That doesn't mean shit. Respect goes a long way. And if you're not going to give respect back, then I'm not going to give respect to you. Simple as that, because you don't earn it. You don't deserve it. So, and if you don't deserve it, then fuck you. You ain't going to get it from me. Simple as that. I don't give a shit what you are. I don't care. That don't mean shit. It's just a fucking title. You earn respect. You don't get it. So, and that's the way it goes. So, who cares? It's a dead topic. It's a dead situation. You will continue to be hidden. You're not welcome on this channel, and you never will be. Ever again. So, give it up. And we're just going to continue to ignore you going forward. And hide you instantly. The second we see it. So if you want to keep wasting your time to be a retard like you are, and I guess continue to be so, but honestly, you're wasting your life away, and that's the honest truth. 110%. So that's on you. Get a life 100%. You just you need to take the L. I agree. But it shows how much of a retard he is. Like I said, you're the retard. Nobody else but yourself. Because you're bringing up BS that's not even accurate. I mean, it's not even true by any means. I mean, I barely even said much on the guy. That's the stupid part. You know. So don't you know. So don't even bring up nonsense. It's ridiculous. But anyways. That's the situation going forward. Alright. Yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy the reaction. Sorry, I had to split into two parts for whatever reason. The first part stopped randomly an hour and 9 minutes in. So I do apologize for that. I don't know if that was just YouTube or what the case was, but it was something. So that's why I ended up splitting it into two parts instead. So, but nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy. Hit that like button if you guys did. 5, 6 likes or more, and I'll do more interviews. You know, and more speeches like this in particular that have to do with Trump and everything like that. If you guys want me to react to them going forward, for sure. And everything like that, just let me know by hitting that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new. Would appreciate more further content like this. The link will be in the description as well as the part one. It's already there for part 1, but I'll add it in for part 2. Good. So yeah. Let's see. I'll actually add it right now. So definitely check it out for your guys' self, at least the one that I reacted to, of course. Alrighty, so there you guys go. And it's now there. Well, it definitely was going to do more, but honestly, I just kind of came up with a different strategy here that I might actually do. Excuse me. And I might do 4 episodes of Dexter on Friday, and then get a little bit of sleep now, and then maybe try to do like 2 to 3 episodes of Hedgehog Bros, something like that. So I might try to do that. And then save the SpongeBob stream for either Friday or Friday late night or Thursday late night. We'll see. Well, actually, that would be tonight. So, I keep forgetting now it's Thursday. So that's kind of the scoop on that. So I did get all the Resident Evil games, by the way, besides the 9. Just to let you guys know, I got them all on a discount. And they're already installed. As well as Resident Evil 1 and 2 got voted as well on the channel. So I'll be playing that on my PS5 as well. When I get the chance here, I'll get them. As well as I won't separate the horror, the horror games and the regular games. I won't separate them. So that's another thing as well. So yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna edit here. Subscribe for more far content like this. Social medias, all that good stuff. Definitely do check out the previous 2 streams as well. And definitely check out part 1 as well if you're interested in seeing the beginning and everything like that. Let me know what you guys thought. Again, I'd like to hear what you guys think. Good. As I checked out Fly By Night and The Prey. So definitely do check them out. They were fire. Nonetheless, I'm gonna get a little bit of shut eye and try to get up at 12:30ish or so roughly, and try to do that real quick here. So yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Over, sign out. Peace. Have fun, guys. Much else to say.